right? Okay. Diet, Brahmins vegetarian, which is considered as a pure food. Kshatriyas non-vegetarian, which is considered as impure food. Okay. But because they hunt, bravery and all, they eat non-vegetarian, though they belong to the second highest varna. Vaishyas eat vegetarian, that is considered pure. Sudras eat non-vegetarian, that is considered as impure. Atishudras, Panchamavarna, untouchables, they eat beef also, which is considered highly impure. This one also I told in the paper one discussions. Do you remember? Normally in Hindus do not consume beef, but okay, actually cow slaughter is not permitted. But if the cow dies a natural death, the carcass will be sent into the SC colonies. They will, as a group, they will slaughter it. They will cut it and they will distribute among all families, and they eat that. So that is normally regular practice in the villages. Is it clear? Okay, we don't slaughter, okay, but they die, right? When they die, they send the carcass to the SC colonies. They distribute and eat. It's a good source of protein for them, right? So this is what is the diet they. Okay, next. The principle, sacred thread or Upanayana, yes, 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 no, no. Is it clear? Dvijas, first three Dvijas. The sacred thread or Upanayana. And then veil. Veil is the cloth that we use to cover the upper part of the body. Is it clear? Okay. The cloth that we use to cover the upper part of the body. Okay. Dvijas use it, non-dvijas don't use it. Ekajas don't use it. Okay. Widow remarriage. Okay. No. Yes here. Why? Because do you remember, like 2-3 days back I told you in the sex ratio, I told you higher castes have lower number of women. What is the reason? I said they are more Sanskritic. I said, do you remember? More bound to Sanskriti. Okay, in our Sanskriti, in our culture, widow remarriage is not permitted. Is it clear? In our Vedas, in our marriage means it's a relation for 7 lives, isn't it? So then how come widow remarriage? It should not be possible at all if you go by the Vedas. Is it clear? And interestingly, you asked me like whether I believe in all these things. Okay. There are many things which nobody, like today's life does not go on if we all really follow all these things. Say, for example, you may believe in Vedas and all these things, but suddenly, like say, for example, some of your friend, okay, at the age of some 25, 26 years becomes a widow. So what do you suggest? Okay, जाके पुनर्जन्म में मिलो, नहीं तो फिर से marriage कर लो. Okay, what would you advise? So there are many things that we cannot follow as it is here. Okay. But when it comes to the produce, when it comes to, okay, the following the Vedas and all, okay, when it comes to the proportions or percentages, widow remarriage is not common among the Dvijas, but among, because like in tribals, the marriage rules are also flexible, isn't it? Okay, in tribals, marriage rules are also flexible, like that. Preference person, again here also same reason. Son should perform the last rites to achieve the salvation. That idea comes when you believe in Vedas so much, isn't it? When you take the things practically, okay, son meta preference is not that much, not observed in ST, lesser in SC, that is like lower castes, okay, very less in higher castes. Is it clear? Then drinking liquor, no for Brahmins and Vaishyas, remaining people can drink it. So this is about their habits. Clear for all of you? Okay. Fine. Then Varna system over. Now let us see ashramas, Varnashram system. For that, okay, you have to draw like this. Look at here. Okay. Brahmacharya. Okay. To next stage. Grihastha, isn't it? Then next stage, Vanaprastha. Okay. Then next stage, okay, Sannyasa, isn't it? Okay. Then here there is a branch point. Okay, that is throughout your life cycle, if you have done punya karma, then you will reach salvation. Okay, Once you reach salvation, there is no rebirth. What is salvation? How the salvation is defined? Jivatma entering into Paramatma, the individual soul entering into the universal soul Paramatma. Then the soul will not get the rebirth. Is it clear? If the soul enters into Paramatma, there ends the cycle. Okay, there is no more rebirth. But okay, during this particular life, if you do some papa karma, okay, if you do some papa karma, then there is rebirth. Rebirth means again born, so again brahmacharya ashram begins. Is it clear? Rebirth means again born, so again student life begins. Again he will get married. Again he will leave the property, goes into the forest. Again he will go into the sannyas ashram. Then at least in this cycle, if you gather some punya karma, then again you will get salvation. Otherwise, one more cycle. Is it clear? Net result. Net result. Okay, this karma works like your bank account. Okay, credit will be there, debt will be there, but the net thing matters. Is it clear? Okay, so when you put some good deeds, you will get positives into the karma bank account, and when you do some bad things, negatives come into it. The net result will decide your salvation or rebirth. Yes. Yes. Enough points salvation. Then in the rebirth also, very less scores you got. Okay, civil score was very less than Sudra. Okay, lesser but decent score you got than Brahmin. Okay, topmost score salvation. Okay, हाँ, just like UPSC का यात्रा फिर से शुरू होता है, like that. You cannot directly go to sannyasa again, study all these things and all that. Okay. Okay, who decide? God, karma, destiny, on which basis they are providing. Who beta? Okay, again, like if you really consider all these are important, could be Brahma. Is it clear? Okay, or I forgot the name. I'm very sorry. With Yamadharma Raju, there will be like somebody who gives Chitragupta. Yes, Chitragupta. So Chitragupta or Brahma or Yamadharma Raju. Somebody will do that. Okay. So Chitragupta will have that account book. Okay, so he will keep writing the ledger. Okay, then. Is it clear? You should not question the God, beta. You should not question. Okay. So when you question, it becomes a science. How can it become religion? Okay. Today, like I took one brief session for the possible questions in possible interview questions from science and technology. In that, like I have given them one question. Okay, you try to answer that to me. Science came first or technology came first? We say science and technology. Science came first or technology came first? Think like an anthropology student. Think like an anthropology student. Technology came first. Then how? Okay, how technology came first? You know, chimpanzee, it will use a stick to dig the ground to take the worms inside and eat. That is technology. That is, of course, technology. Is it clear? But for that, chimpanzee do not have a scientific thinking. Okay, chimpanzee do not have a scientific thinking that comes by observation. Okay, so itna logic nahi chahiye isko, right? And did you hear that the stone tools in ancient history, you might have heard, Paleolithic, Mesolithic and all stone tools, they call it as industries, stone tool industries. Did you hear? Like Aculian industry, something like that. Did you hear about it? So, okay, then also there was industry. Like say, for example, when they hit two stones like this to generate the fire, that is not from scientific thinking, that is from observation and imitation. So technology के लिए इतना intelligence नहीं चाहिए. You don't need that much intellectual advancement for that. Is it clear? Okay. Now, okay. When it comes to science, science is not knowledge. Science is not knowledge. Science is a way of thinking. Science is a way of thinking. Is it clear? Way of thinking means what? Agarwal saying that. Okay, so science is a way of thinking. Which way of thinking? Okay, not believing blindly. Okay, questioning. Okay, depending on logic, verifiable. It means in scientific thinking, like when you say Brahma creates Brahmins from the head, science says, can I go and verify once? So that is a science. Is it clear? Okay, so verifiable, is it clear? And seeks evidence for it. Show me an evidence otherwise. Okay, so this kind of thinking is called scientific thinking. So science is not a body of knowledge. Science is a way of thinking, whereas technology is very simple. Of course, technology comes from science also. Okay, but we don't need science always for technology. Is it clear? Observe this last sentence once. Technology comes out of science also. Technology comes out of science also. Today, technology is coming out of science. But there is no need that always technology comes out of science. Is it clear? Technology can come out of simple observation also. This is not a big puzzle like egg or chicken. Here, clearly, technology first. Egg and chicken, that is an unresolved question. We cannot say that. This is not such a mysterious question, quite simple. Is it clear? Technology came first, science came later. Scientific thinking requires, okay, all these things. So, okay, so, and Auguste Comte, if you remember, fictitious, metaphysical, and scientific or positive stage, do you remember? That is the third stage, last way in which we think, okay? So we are speaking about stage 1. Is it clear? Okay. In Indian Anthropology, Unit 3 and 5, we are speaking about that fictitious stage. So, okay, you cannot simply say why. Not so easy. There is no answer for why there. Is it clear? For example, okay, ask a few why questions to your parents or grandparents or somebody who strongly believe God. Okay, they will not, especially like if you ask your parents or grandparents, they will say, okay, so kind of it's a sin. You should not question the God, isn't it? Did you hear this? It's a sin. You should not question the God. They say, isn't it? So, okay, now our topic changed. Of course, I encouraged you for why so much, but okay, now for the time being, no why, because there are no answers for that why. Is it clear? Now the topic change, attitude change. Okay, we time traveled into the first stage, fictitious stage. Aisa hai, bole to aisa hai bas. Is it clear? Okay, so when it comes to Varna, like Varnashram or Ashramas, drawing this image is important, so please note it down. Okay, so drawing this image is very important. Then, when it comes to Brahmacharya, Brahmacharya Ashram means like the student life, right? The age of Upanayana is 8 to 16 for Brahmins, 11 to 12 for Kshatriyas, 12 to 24 Vaishyas, and not for Sudras. Is it clear? So, based on this point, you tell me, can I club Varna and Ashramas? Is there a link between the two and together call it as Varnashram Vyavastha? Right? So, it means depending on your Varna, okay, what you do in the 4 Ashramas is different. Then why like this? 8 to 16 years, because in the Brahmacharya Ashram, Brahmins have to learn so much. They have to read all these Vedas and all. Okay. And Kshatriyas, they also should learn the warrior skills and all. They also should read much. Vaishyas, they have to go and do some business or agriculture. They don't have so much to learn as Brahmins and Kshatriyas. So they can enter into that Brahmacharya Ashram at a later age. Sudras, okay, not permitted. Vedic education, not permitted. Okay, and do you remember I gave this Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra, Brahmacharya Ashram, Grihasthashram, Vanaprasthashram, Sannyasashram. Okay, Brahmacharya Ashram present for these 3, not present for this. Okay, again these also not for this. Okay, Grihastha present for all the 4. Okay, so this one, right? Okay, and Brahmacharya Ashram begins with Upanayana. Brahmacharya Ashram is characterized by simple living, irrespective of their status. Whoever goes to the Guru's hermitage should lead a simple lifestyle. They cannot say, I'm a prince, I need luxuries there. And then overeating, consuming flesh, Okay, not permitted. Okay, but honey is also not permitted. Why? What is the problem with honey? Stale sweet, because you know sugar on fermentation gives alcohol. So stale sweet will have a little bit amount of alcohol. Okay, so probably that could actually, I don't know, but probably not because of bees collect it. In that case, they should not consume milk also. It's not about vegan diet. Okay, so this is something to do with alcohol only, I believe, based on my inference. Because if it is about vegan diet, okay, like then they should not consume milk products also, but there is no such prohibition there. Okay, so probably because of honey also can be stored for a very long duration. You know, honey never spoils. In Egyptian pyramids also we have food grade honey they found. Okay, so when the honey is stored for a longer duration, it can accumulate a little bit of alcohol. That is my inference. I never studied it somewhere. Okay, so I don't feel it has something to do with the vegan diet. Okay, then during brahmacharya, the Brahmin boy is supposed to wear a hempen cloth. Hempen cloth means cloth made up of hemp. Hemp like jute cotton, that is also a fiber. Okay. Kshatriya boy is supposed to wear a silk cloth, and Vaishya boy is supposed to wear woolen cloth. It means more strict life for a Brahmin, more comforts for Vaishyas. Because okay, when you are more when you are in the luxuries and all comforts and all, for example, in the winter season in Delhi, when you keep a mota sa quilt leke so gaye to okay, you don't feel like waking up at all, isn't it? Okay, so like that, no luxuries for Brahmin boy, understood? Okay, but luxury is permitted for Vaishyas. So the lifestyle differences are there during the brahmacharya ashram. Higher the varna, lesser is the comfort permitted. Okay, getting up before sunrise, offering prayers, living in Guru's hermitage, making him absolute mentor, high reverence towards teacher, learning the dharma are expected from a boy during brahmacharya ashram. Then, after reaching his home back, the boy, a ritual bath symbolizing the completion of brahmacharya is performed. Is it clear? Go through this point. During brahmacharya ashram, he lives in the Guru's hermitage. After reaching the home back, a ritual bath is given to them. Okay, after reaching the home, a ritual, like convocation. A ritual bath symbolizing the completion of brahmacharya ashram is performed. They give a ritual bath, it indicates brahmacharya ashram over. Okay, then after that, grihastha ashram. According to P.H. Prabhu, after brahmacharya ashram, he takes a bath symbolic of his completion of that ashrama course. Okay, for that bath, probably water only. Okay, he now becomes a snataka. Okay, means whose snataka means like whose snana completed, that bath completed, then it is called snataka, graduate. Yes. Okay, then he now becomes fit to enter into grihasthashram. Okay, and this ceremony is technically known as samavartana. Samavartana is like convocation. Yes. So can we move on? Then, according to many people, grihasthashram is the most important ashram. Okay. Why most important ashram? One reason, applicable for all the four varnas, isn't it? Why grihasthashram is more important? One reason, applicable for all varnas. Second reason, all varnas are born to grihastha only. Is it clear? A brahmachari is born to grihastha only. He will become vanaprastha only if he is born to a grihastha. Plus, during vanaprasthashram or sannyasashram, if they go for bhikshatan, that is like to gather something, again they have to go to grihastha only. Who need to give them food? Grihastha only. Who need to give them water? Grihastha only. Is it clear? Okay, so that is how many people said grihastha ashram is the most important ashrama. Okay, according to Gautama, one of the saint, the grihastha ashrama is the source of other ashramas because others do not reproduce offspring, isn't it? All varna people, all ashramas are born to grihastha only, isn't it? Source. According to Yajnavalkya, this is the only stage in which all purusharthas are jointly realized. No, not Gautama Buddha. Okay, is a saint called Gautama. Okay, right now. This is the only stage in which all purusharthas are jointly realized. You know what are the purusharthas? Okay, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Is it clear? In brahmacharya ashram, okay, only dharma, okay, moksha. Artha, kama not permitted. Is it clear? Okay, like dharma means what? Righteousness. Artha means what? Wealth. Okay, and kama means what? Desire, particularly sexual desire. In the general sense also we use it. In general, desire on something or sexual desire in particular. Moksha is salvation. So now tell me, like a brahmachari during brahmacharya ashram, should he focus on wealth and sexual desire or only dharma and moksha? But grihastha, okay, dharma, he should be righteous. Artha, he need to gather wealth because he need to do donations and he need to feed the old people, sick people, women, okay, and donations when somebody asks, okay. So he need to, okay, gather wealth. Okay, there is nothing wrong if he is having intention to gather the wealth. Okay, and kama, of course, need to give birth to the children. Okay, so therefore kama also, and of course moksha. See, dharma, moksha, compulsory. Moksha is final target. Dharma is the marga in which we have to travel. Is it clear? Dharma is our route. Moksha is the final target. These two are inevitable in all the stages. Okay. Then again, vanaprastha, sannyasa, ashram, again they should not have artha and kama. Only dharma and moksha. So what is the only stage in which all the four purusharthas can be realized? The only stage in which all the four purusharthas realized? Grihastha. That is final target. That is like why to read Vedas. If you do the karma which is allotted to you, you will reach moksha. Okay. So why to read all those Vedas? It's not easy. Definitely it should be more difficult than some Lakshmikant or some book, right? Understood. So why to do so much work? Why can't you sit idle? Moksha ke liye. So final target is moksha in all stages. Okay. So this one point you have to remember and applicable to all the four varnas and all are born to grihastha only. Okay. Yes. Okay. Debt clearance also. Yes. Okay. So now that is what Yajnavalkya said. Okay. Family is the basic to the Varna system. According to Manusmriti, all creatures live by receiving support from air. So other ashramas subside by relying for support on householder. Is it clear? Just like all organisms depend on air. Same way, all people depend on grihastha. Is it clear? And just as big and small rivers find resting place in ocean, all varnas find resting place in grihastha. Is it clear? Then, okay, there are types of grihastha. Okay, in this Dharma Shastras divided householders into Salina and Yayavara. Salina is the one who dwells in a house, possesses the servants, means luxurious life with worldly pleasures. Yayavara is leading a saintly life. Is it clear? Not having attachment to worldly pleasures, right? Who does not accumulate wealth. Is the difference clear? Types of grihastha. Grihasthas are two types. Salina, Yayavara. Salina is a person who lives in a comfortable home. He can have servants. He can have a fixed place. He can gain wealth. Okay, and lead the life with worldly pleasures, bodily comforts. But Yayavara is another type of more rigid kind of grihastha. Should lead some saintly life. Okay, then. These are what the people should do during Grihasthashram. Is it clear? Duties to be performed during the Grihasthashram. Clear? According to Yajnavalkya Smriti, Salina is of 4 varieties, but as such, this part you can skip, please. This part you can skip because whatever might be the question, you cannot write this, okay, because the word limit exceeds. Leaving that, moving on to this. Dharma Shastras have prescribed 3 duties to the householders. First one, Nitya Karma. Nitya Karma means what? Daily routine. Okay, like brushing the teeth, taking a bath. Is it clear? Such things. So they are known as Nitya Karma. Next one, Naimittika karma. Okay, keep memorizing the words, please. Naimittika karma. Naimittika karma is duties on purpose. Duties on purpose. Okay, some special work like doing some puja, doing some havan, or some reading some religious textbooks, something like that. Then kamya karma. Kamya karma means duties peculiar to one's own varna. For example, if a Brahmin chants mantras or appreciates some rituals, then that is kamya karma for a Brahmin. If a king involves in some war, expands his kingdom, okay, then it is the kamya karma for Kshatriya. Okay, if a Sudra becomes a perfect slave, then that is the kamya karma for Sudra. Is it clear? That is understood? The duty is peculiar to one's own varna. Can we move on? Okay. Then Yajnavalkya Smriti prescribes the following daily duties for the householder. A householder should perform every day a Smriti rite. Okay. I hope you remember rite means ritual. Okay. Smriti rite means, okay, a domestic rite prescribed by some sacred Smriti. Okay, some ritual written in the Smritis. Right. So such ritual they have to do. On the Nakshal fire. Then what is Nakshal fire? Okay. See, did you hear the concept like Akhanda Jyoti, a light that should never be off? So they maintain such fire, okay, kind of like it will never cease to fire. And okay, they will bring some part of it. Say, for example, if the family is getting divided, that is, the property is being distributed, they distribute this Nakshal fire also. Is it clear? Okay, the fire brought in at the time of partition of ancestral property. Is it clear? That is Nakshal fire. So on the Nakshal fire, they have to do some Smriti, right? On the Nakshal fire, that is the fire that they bring during the means, how means they don't have to sit on the fire. Okay, like we put ghee, we put some things in the fire, right? Like that. Okay. Okay. So now, then having attended to bodily calls purificatory rites, a twice born, that is Aryan man, should offer morning prayers. Okay, having offered oblations to the sacred fire, okay, becoming spiritually composed, he should chant the sacred verses addressed to the sun god. Sun worship he need to do. Is it clear? These are all the things that a grihastha perform according to Yajnavalkya Smriti, right? So I remind you that according to Yajnavalkya Smriti, these are the things a grihastha is supposed to do. Then he should also learn the meaning of Veda and various sciences. Then he should study according to his capacity the Vedas, Puranas, Itihasas, etc. Okay. Offering food oblations with proper utterances. Food oblation means what? Offering to the god. Is it clear? Okay. When we prepare something, we first offer it to the god and then we eat, something like that. Offering the food oblation with proper utterances by chanting the mantras. Performance of Vedic sacrifices, study the sacred textbooks, honoring the guests. Okay. He should offer food oblation to the spirits by throwing it in the air. Okay. He should offer the food to the spirits also. How to offer food to the spirits? By throwing the food into the air. Then he should also read this point. He should also cast food on the ground. We should throw some food on the ground so that untouchables and crows eat. So, Yajnavalkya Smriti considered the untouchables equivalent to crows. Understood? Okay. Some like for some crows, for some dogs, and for untouchables, you have to throw the food on the ground. So, this is the respect given to them. Is it clear? You tell me, Rakesh, you do them. I don't do. When I cook, I directly eat. Okay. So, while it is cooking only, मैं शुरू करती हूँ. Okay. Yes. So he should continuously carry on his study. He should never cook for himself only. Okay. So he need to, it means depending on situation, we don't do it like a daily routine these days, right? I think nobody will do it as a daily routine. Okay. So depending on the occasion, if you find a dog, we may something like that on some puja festivals and on some occasions. Okay. Then children, married daughters. Why married daughters? Because married daughters in Indian tradition are considered as guests. Okay, they just only come occasionally. Okay, children, married daughters, living in father's house, pregnant women, sick persons, girls, guests, and servants. Okay, should be given the food first. Then only the householder should eat. Is it clear? He should never cook only for himself. This is all like written in Yajnavalkya's Smriti. Then we have purposive or desired duties. Till here, this is Nitya Karma. Is it clear? Till here, it is Nitya Karma. That is something that you are supposed to do every day. Second type of duty is Naimittika Karma, isn't it? Naimittika Karma. Some purposive duties or desired duties or some special duties. The purposive and desired duties of a householder are concerned with the ethical awareness, values, knowledge, social purpose, etc. Okay, means working on your values, improving your knowledge, all these things. Okay, then there are a few more points which you can give a reading. If there is anything more difficult, we will discuss this. Yes, this one comes under Naimittika Karma. Okay. Is it clear? So what are they? Yajnas. Okay. So the purposive or desired duties include homa. Homa means what? Havan, that is something we fire offerings. Japa, that is chanting the mantras. Okay. And yajna. So these are, okay, the three desired duties. I mean to say, you can skip these points if you want. You can skip few points in between. Okay, decide how much you write. Observe the questions, decide how much you write. A lot of points, okay, you can skip. Were all these ashramas meant for? Yes, only for men. Only for men. Okay. So nothing. Then what about women? Don't ask me. It is not written. What about women? We don't know. We may decide, but in the Smritis and all, they did not write it. Okay. Then. So some examples of purposive duties are Naimittika Karma, Homa, Japa, and Mahayajna. So now let us see some yajnas. Brahma Yajna. Brahma Yajna, actually basically Yajna means what? Sacrifice. Okay. Homa means fire offerings, Japa means chanting, Yajna means sacrifice. Now types of Yajna. Brahma Yajna, okay, a sacrifice to rishis, giving something, some donations, some like dana, etc. to rishis. Is it clear? That is Brahma Yajna. Next one, Pitru Yajna. Okay, sacrifice to the spirits of ancestors. This is nothing but the death rituals. We call them as a Shraddha, isn't it? Okay. Then Deva Yajna. This is sacrifice to God. Okay. See, in Hinduism, like this is one point which is kind of slightly different. Okay. In general, like we say like some charity, okay, giving some different types of danas and all. But here, the point is there is a belief in Hinduism that how the karma works, let us see. For example, if you donate some 100 rupees to somebody and he purchases some liquor, he drinks it, and when he was drunk, he murders somebody. So that karma comes to you. Is it clear? So according to karma theory, the karma works like that. So the karma is not always in our hands. So, okay, that is the reason why there is a belief that if you want to give something to the God, but don't stop giving donations to be, kuch nahi hota aisa. Okay, so don't believe that, and because of that, don't stop doing some good things. Okay, then aram se donate kar lo, kuch nahi hoga. Fine. So because of that, like what they believe is, if you want to give something to God, directly put it in. That is how the home or havan came into being. Is it clear? Okay, we have to put it into the fire, then it will reach the God, they believe. If you put it in the fire, it will reach God, they believe. Don't donate it to somebody, put it in the fire, it will reach God. Same the next one, Bhuta Yajna. This is sacrifice to the spirits that are supposed to influence the human life. This is Bali, we say animal sacrifice and all that, Bali, right? So that is Bhuta Yajna. Okay, some not ancestral spirits, that is called Pitru Yajna, that is Shraddha. Okay, and Deva Yajna is Homa. Okay, that is like fire offerings. Next, okay, Nri Yajna, not NRI Yajna. Nri Yajna also means Manushya Yajna. This is honoring guests. Okay, honoring guests. So these are the types of Yajna. Now tell me, let me see how much you are listening. All these Yajnas and all come under, Okay, what kind of karma? Naimitika karma. Along with yajnas, name two more things that comes under Naimitika karma. Okay. Next. Then after that, Vanaprasthashram, Sannyasashram, here there is nothing technical to explain. So you can easily go through that. Okay. So with this we completed Varna and Ashrama. Right? And also, okay, Kamya Karma I told you already, that's not difficult, so it is not given here. Kamya Karma is the duty according to your Varna. Okay, the Kamya Karma for Brahmins is reading and teaching Vedas. The Kamya Karma for Kshatriya is warriorship. Kamya Karma for Vaishyas is doing their profession like agriculture or business, whatever it is. Kamya Karma for Shudra is being a good slave. Is it clear? Okay, so the karma according to the Varna, that is Kamya Karma. Understood? Nitya karma, Naimitika karma, Kamya karma. Like Patappa, yes. Okay, then Purusharthas, I told you this already, this table we have already seen. Like Brahmacharyashram only Dharma Moksha, Vanaprasthashram and Sannyasashram only Dharma Moksha, Grihasthashram Dharma Artha Kama Moksha, all the four Purusharthas jointly realized only during the Purusharthas, right? Okay, then like what is Dharma? Okay, Dharma stands for right actions or righteousness. It is a law of every being, something. You can go through this, right? Okay. So being righteous, in one sentence, being righteous. Very simple content is given, go through that. Okay. According to Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, it stands for both Satya or the truth of things as well as Dharma or the law of evolution. Okay. Then Artha means wealth. Artha is another Purushartha which stands to express human prosperity. It implies that a person should earn wealth for the maintenance of his family and also for giving that in charity. Yajna and sacrifices are also possible only with the help of wealth, isn't it? Okay, charity, yajnas, sacrifices, all these are possible only with wealth. So wealth is also an important thing. Okay, then karma is, Hindu social thinkers have always fully appreciated the place of karma in the human life. Okay, according to them, karma is the urge for human life and it must be satisfied. They believe that it is essential both for production of children and for continuity and perpetuation of the human race, isn't it? Okay, perpetuation, continuity of the human race and production of the children, for that karma is important. So Hindu social thinkers given sufficient importance to karma, they did not consider it as a prohibited thing. Is it clear? Okay, see today like people are seeing something like porn or all these things as kind of prohibited, but like if you observe the temples and the places like Khajuraho, many temples, okay, so the Kama as one of the ashramas is very much highlighted. Okay, so that was not kept as something to be hidden. They did not consider it as something which is forbidden. They have given equal importance to it. Is it clear? But okay, they said it must be satisfied only through Dharma Patni. Okay. You're able to see now? Yes. So moksha, that is salvation. It is the ultimate aim of, and give me just 5 to 10 more minutes. I will complete this Purusharthas also, so that at least by now Varnas, Ashramas, Purusharthas will be completed. Okay. So it will take around 5 to 10 more minutes. Okay. Then it is the ultimate aim of every human being to get salvation. Perfection and spiritual attainments are not only desirable but the end of the human life. Some of the thinkers believe that it is the most important Purushartha and remaining three are only the means. Is it clear? Moksha is what we want. Remaining three are the routes to achieve moksha. Is it clear? Moksha is a target. Remaining three are the path to be followed to attain moksha. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha are the four Purusharthas. If the question comes on Purusharthas, can you write this quite simple, right? But if you know the other answers, better avoid such answers because this answer will not be impressive. If you write it properly also, if you write every point also, there is nothing in this answer to impress. Okay. So in general, like in the place, if you know some question from tribal, like constitutional safeguards for tribal, PVTGs, then you have some fixed content there to write. Okay. So that will be more scoring. Is it clear? So you should be in a position to use a choice to choose more scoring questions. In paper 1, Okay, between physical and social, physical is more scoring. In paper 2, between Indian and tribal, tribal is more scoring. Why tribal is more scoring? Because you have standard content there. Constitutional safeguards. Even the first ranker cannot bring a new article. Okay, PVTGs. Even the first ranker cannot bring the 76th PVTG because you have only 75. Okay, so if you write correct, you have to get the marks. The content is like that in tribal. So in second paper, if you know all the questions, prefer tribal. In first paper, if you know more questions, prefer physical, like that. This is chance of coming is also less. If it comes also, better choose some other question to write if possible. Like if in the other question you don't know one of the answers, then don't worry, feel free to write this, no problem. Okay, so not like you will not get marks writing this, but given a choice, if you have possibility, do like that. So Purusharthas over. Now there is something called Trivargas. Let us see that. Trivargas means what? Trivargas are dharma, artha, kama. Is it clear? Moksha excluded. Like 3 routes to achieve moksha. Understood? So moksha, they separated moksha as a target and the remaining 3 as a Trivargas. Moksha is goal. Whereas moksha is considered to be the end of life and the ultimate goal of every human activity in human society. Every human activity, as a brahmachari, if you read Vedas also, that is for salvation only. The other 3 Purusharthas, namely Dharma, Artha, Kama, combined together are called Trivargas. The Trivargas discuss the 3 main aspects of human life, namely material, moral and biological. Okay, so this is Purusharthas over, Trivargas over. Okay, then I will tell you, I'll give you some small flowcharts like things. There are 3 ways of understanding Purusharthas. First way is 4 Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Second way of understanding is Trivargas and Moksha as goal. Is it clear? Like Dharma, Artha, Kama to achieve moksha. 3 routes. How? For example, you can get salvation, okay, by doing everything in the righteous way, isn't it? By following the dharma, can you achieve moksha? Then artha. If you have artha, by charity, you can achieve moksha. Charity, clearing the debts, okay, honoring the guests, okay, doing mahayajnas, you can achieve moksha. Okay, and kama. Through kama, okay, if they have a son performs the last rites and you can achieve salvation. So these are the 3 routes to get moksha. This is second way of understanding it. Is it clear? Okay, circle them. It looks like a flow chart. Okay, there is one more way of understanding it. Okay, dharma as path. Okay, artha, kama, moksha as goals. Is it clear? It means, okay, artha, okay, it means you can gain wealth, but in dharma marga, means don't take bribe, okay, but earn lawfully. Is it clear? Then kama, you can fulfill sexual desire, but in dharma marga, through dharma patni, okay, not some rapes or something, okay, and moksha. You can achieve moksha, but not in bad route. How can you achieve moksha in bad route? If you, okay, see some movies like some sorcery movies and all, okay, they will do something like on so and so Amavasya day, like if you do the sacrifice of, if you kill somebody, a small baby, Bali kare, so then they will get salvation. So don't do such things. Try for salvation, okay, but in dharma marga. So whatever you do, okay, 3 goals, but route is dharma marga. Okay, so like this, dharma here, okay, through dharma achieve the remaining things, artha, kama, moksha. So these are the 3 different ways in which we can understand these things. Is it clear? So with this we completed dharma, this varna, ashrama, purusharthas, right? Actually, shall we complete this one also? Rinas, it will take just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes will complete this Rinas also. Just 5 minutes. Okay, fine. Let us do this. Rina means what? Debt. Isn't it? Rina means debt. So we should clear the debt. Okay, we should clear the debt. to get salvation, because without clearing the debt here, how can you go and sit in Paramatma? Okay, so yaha kaam khatam karne ke baad hi jana hai, isn't it? Okay, so they have to clear the debts. Then what are the debts we have? First one, Pitru Rina. These are obligations or debts towards parents. Parents give birth to you, they upbring you. So you are indebted to your parents and you have to clear the debt with your parent. Okay, Rishi Rina. Okay, that is obligations towards the teachers and saints. When parents give you life, teachers give you knowledge. You have to clear their debt also. So Devarina, obligations towards gods and goddesses. Obviously, okay, we come from the god and we finally go to the god. Okay, so therefore we have to clear the debt towards God also. Manushyaruna, because in the life we get indebted to so many people because we take help from some people. Someday, like you may eat in your relative's home, so you are indebted. Definitely again invite them for a meal. Otherwise, the salvation will be gone. Okay, so that is obligations towards clearing the debt of the guests. Okay, how to do that? That is quite simple. Pitruruna, how to clear the debt towards the parents? Simple. Okay, give birth to a son. Okay, through dharma patni. That's it. That is what is needed. Is it clear? That's it for Pitruruna. Okay, Pitruruna can be discharged by way of having children because they alone will continue the race. Easy. Why? Because actually, according to Hindu dharma, taking care of the parents in old age is not there. Why? Because the sannyas ashram is there, isn't it? If you take care of them in old age, they will not complete sannyas ashram, they will come back. So you should let them to go for a sannyas ashram, isn't it? But this is according to like the things, not my opinion. Don't confuse between my opinions and what is here. Okay. So is it clear? Did you understand? There is no duty of how to clear the debt of the parents. Easy. Get married, have children, especially son, through Dharma Patni. So that is Pitru Rina. Okay. Because they will continue the race, which otherwise will come to an end. Okay. It is also the discharge of Pitru Rina that they should treat the children very nicely and extend their guidance, love, and affection to them. The children are equally expected not to forget the parents suffer for them. They are not capable of, when they are not capable of holding themselves. You should not forget the parents who took care of you when you cannot hold of yourself, isn't it? So that is Pitruruna, Rishiruna. Then how to clear the debt of the teacher? That is also easy. Like in this commercial, like in the commercial coaching centers, you don't have to pay some subscriptions, discount, dhamaka week, all these are not needed. Is it clear? Use Himabindu code is also not needed. Just read properly. Just read properly. That's it. Okay. Similarly, each and every individual is required to always remember his teachers and saints as they are the makers of his life and can mount future course of action in the way they like. It is therefore very essential that all respect should be shown to rishis and teachers. Rishi Rina can be discharged by studying Vedas and following the rules laid down for the study. Okay, how to clear this debt? Okay, studying Vedas, following the rules laid down for study. Okay, so in today's context, read Anthropology as rules laid down. What are the rules? Daily answer writing, answering all the stupid questions that this old lady will ask you. Okay, following those rules, if you read, gone, it's over, debt cleared. Okay, then coming to Devarina. Similarly, respect should be shown to gods and goddesses who will receive them at the end of his life. Devarina can be discharged by having performing all sacrifices as provided in the Dharma. By doing the remaining, this is much more easy. If you do the other things, this debt will be cleared. Is it clear? Okay. Then, okay. So is it clear? This is Rinas. Rinas also completed. Manusharana, honoring the guests. Manusharana, clearing by honoring the guests. Conclusion. According to P.H. Prabhu, it is opined that man who fails to carry out any of these obligations during the first three ashramas is not entitled or to try to attain moksha. Try bhi mat karo. Okay, bina debts clear kare, isn't it? Is it clear? Okay, and Manu says that who seeks moksha without fulfilling his duties in the first three ashramas will sink low. Is it clear? So this is conclusion for Rinas. So Varna, Ashrama, Purusharthas, Rinas over. Left with Karma, Rebirth. Okay, so we will complete Karma Rebirth and move into 3.2. When 3.1 focuses on Varna, 3.2 focuses on caste. Throughout 3.2, we will see so many interesting things about caste system. That is quite interesting. Okay, so that's all for today. Happy Holi, and I should thank Priyanka because of giving me earning a holiday for me tomorrow. So that's all for today. Thank you. Good night. Unit 2 का notes आपने जो उपलब्ध करें. You can read from the PDF Aryan, but you have to go through the Indian Society notes also for Unit 2. Okay. Thank you, Naman. Thank you.